Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The 2001 New York State Quarter, 1788-2001, is one of the most historically important and artistically meaningful coins ever released by the United States Mint under the famous 50 State Quarters program. This coin was officially released on January 2, 2001, making New York the 11th state honored in the nationwide program. New York's original admission to the Union was July 26, 1788. Which is why the coin proudly displays the date 1788 under the state outline. This quarter celebrates New York's role as the Empire State, the financial and cultural heart of America, and the gateway for millions of immigrants who entered the United States through Ellis Island. The design of the New York quarter is deeply symbolic and was chosen through a statewide design competition. The reverse of the coin shows a powerful and simple outline map of New York State, with a star marking New York City, emphasizing its importance as a world city and economic center. Running across the coin is the legendary state motto, "Gateway to Freedom." This phrase represents the millions of people who came to America seeking opportunity, freedom, and a new life through Ellis Island in New York Harbor between 1892 and 1954. The phrase also reflects New York's central role in American history, finance, arts, education, and immigration. The coin was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Philadelphia and Denver produced the circulating business strike coins, while San Francisco produced the proof versions for collectors. Over 655 million New York quarters were struck in total, which makes this coin very common in circulation, yet extremely meaningful from a historical and cultural point of view. Because of its high mintage, most worn examples today are worth face value 25 cents, but uncirculated and proof versions can carry collector premiums. The metal composition of the 2001 New York quarter follows the modern clad standard. 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. Each coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge. While it does not contain silver, its durability has allowed millions of these quarters to remain in circulation even after more than 2 decades. In the collector market, values depend heavily on condition. A circulated New York quarter generally remains at 25 cents 40 cents. But mint state coins graded Mississippi 63 to Mississippi 65 can sell between $2 and $12. High-grade specimens such as Mississippi 67 and Mississippi 68 can sell from $40 to over $300, depending on eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. Proof versions from San Francisco are especially admired for their deep mirror finish, sharp details, and frosted designs, and these usually sell from $3 to $25, while top-graded proofs can exceed $100. Some 2001 New York quarters are known with mint errors, which can be very valuable. Popular errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies. Dramatic error examples can sell from $50 to over $1,000, depending on rarity and severity. Because the New York quarter was minted in very high quantities, it also shows many minor die varieties, making it a favorite among error and variety collectors. Historically, this quarter carries enormous emotional and symbolic value. It represents not only New York's admission to the Union but also America's identity as a nation of immigrants. The simple phrase, "Gateway to Freedom," has made this coin one of the most poetic designs of the entire 50-state series. It reminds collectors that coins are not just money, but miniature documents of national history. Even though millions were minted, the 2001 New York quarter remains one of the most iconic and widely collected state quarters, and it continues to be searched by collectors looking for high-grade examples and valuable mint errors. It stands as a lasting tribute to New York's role as the Empire State and the welcoming doorway through which America grew into a nation of opportunity. The 2001 New York State Quarter, bearing the historic date 1788, is one of the most emotionally powerful and historically rich coins ever issued by the United States Mint under the 50 State Quarters program, officially released into circulation on January 2, 2001, to honor New York as the 11th state to ratify the Constitution and join the Union, and it symbolizes far more than simple currency because it represents New York's identity as the Empire State, and the principal doorway through which millions of immigrants entered America in search of hope, opportunity, and freedom. The reverse design, selected through a statewide public competition, features a bold and clean outline of the state of New York with a shining star marking New York City, while the powerful motto, "Gateway to Freedom," stretches across the map to commemorate Ellis Island and the historic role of New York Harbor as America's main immigration portal between the late 1800s and mid-1900s, making this quarter not just a commemorative coin but a small metal monument to the American dream. The coin was minted in massive quantities at the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints for circulation and in proof form at the San Francisco S mint for collectors, with a combined mintage exceeding 655 million pieces, ensuring that it became one of the most widely seen state quarters in daily life. Yet its historical meaning keeps it permanently relevant to collectors, educators, and historians alike. The composition follows the modern copper-nickel clad standard with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a total metallic makeup of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge that preserves its classic appearance and durability. In today's collector market, circulated examples typically remain at face value, but uncirculated mint state coins graded MS-63 to MS-65 often sell for a few dollars, while exceptionally preserved high-grade pieces such as MS-67 and MS-68 can command prices from tens to several hundreds of dollars due to their scarcity, brilliant luster, and flawless surfaces, and San Francisco proof versions are highly admired for their mirror-like fields and frosted designs, making them desirable additions to modern U.S. coin collections. Error versions of the New York quarter, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broadstrikes, misaligned dies, double strikes, and dramatic die cracks, can be especially valuable and have sold for anywhere from $50 to well over $1,000 depending on severity and eye appeal, proving that even a common modern coin can become a treasure when struck incorrectly. Ultimately, the 2001 New York State Quarter stands as one of the most symbolically meaningful designs in the entire 50 State Quarters series, not only because it marks New York's entry into the Union in 1788 but because it forever memorializes the nation's immigrant roots and the enduring promise of freedom that shaped the United States, making this quarter a timeless historical artifact rather than just everyday pocket change. The 2001 New York State Quarter 1788-2001 is one of the most historically meaningful and symbolically powerful coins released under the United States Mint's famous 50 State Quarters program, introduced to honor New York as the 11th state to ratify the Constitution and join the Union on July 26, 1788, and this coin represents not only a state but an entire chapter of American civilization because New York served as the nation's first capital, its greatest immigration gateway, and its most influential financial and cultural center, which is why the reverse design features a bold and simplified outline map of New York State with a bright star marking New York City and the inspiring phrase, "Gateway to Freedom," sweeping across the design to commemorate Ellis Island and the millions of immigrants who arrived in America between 1892 and 1954 in search of liberty, opportunity, and a better life. This design was chosen through a statewide public competition, making it a coin created by the people it represents rather than only by government designers, and it was officially released into circulation on January 2, 2001. Becoming instantly recognizable across the country due to its meaningful artwork and emotional message. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation and at the San Francisco Mint for proof collector editions, with a total mintage exceeding 655 million pieces, which means it is widely available today yet permanently important because of its historical symbolism. The quarter follows the modern copper-nickel clad standard, composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge that ensures durability in everyday use. In the collector market, circulated examples usually trade for face value, while uncirculated mint state examples graded MS63 to MS65 commonly sell for a few dollars, and exceptional high-grade coins such as MS67 and MS68 can command values from tens to several hundreds of dollars because of their rarity, sharp strike, blazing luster, and flawless surfaces, while proof coins from San Francisco are admired for their deep mirrored fields and frosted designs and can sell for higher premiums. Additionally, error varieties such as off-center strikes, broadstrikes, clipped planchets, misaligned dies, doubled dies, and dramatic die cracks can be especially valuable and have been known to sell from $50 to over $1,000 depending on condition and severity, proving that even modern circulating coins can become serious collectibles. Beyond its monetary value, the 2001 New York quarter stands as a miniature historical monument that preserves the memory of America's immigrant foundation and New York's role as the empire state and gateway to freedom, making it one of the most iconic and emotionally meaningful coins of the entire state quarters series. Beyond its basic specifications and collector value, the 2001 New York State Quarter carries profound historical, cultural, and educational significance that extends far beyond its function as currency, serving as a tangible connection to both the founding of the United States and the story of immigration that shaped the nation. The depiction of New York State with a star over New York City is not only geographically informative but also deeply symbolic, representing the city's role as a center of commerce, culture, and politics, and its position as the entry point for millions of newcomers seeking the American dream. While the phrase, "gateway to freedom," evokes the struggles, hopes, and resilience of immigrants whose journeys helped build the economic and social fabric of the United States, linking this quarter to stories of real people and real communities. The 2001 quarter also reflects the United States Mint's careful consideration of design, historical accuracy, and public input, highlighting the importance of civic engagement in commemorating state heritage through numismatic art, and collectors often regard it as one of the most aesthetically pleasing quarters in the 50-state quarters program because of its clean lines, meaningful symbolism, and balance between simplicity and message. Furthermore, the coin's production history is notable, as it was struck in enormous quantities at both Philadelphia and Denver for circulation while San Francisco produced proof versions for collectors, and these coins show the technological consistency of modern minting, with uniform weight, diameter, and metallic composition ensuring both durability and long-term collector appeal. In terms of market activity, while most circulated examples remain at face value, uncirculated coins in pristine condition frequently attract beginner and intermediate collectors, while high-grade specimens, especially those with exceptional luster, full strike, and minimal contact marks, can command premium prices, reflecting the collector community's appreciation for quality, condition, and rarity. And error coins from this year, including off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet flaws, are particularly sought after for their uniqueness and scarcity. Educationally, the coin offers teachers, students, and history enthusiasts a concrete tool to explore U.S. history, statehood, immigration, and civic pride, making it much more than just a piece of metal. And for many collectors, it represents a story frozen in time, one that connects the late 18th century admission of New York to the Union with the late 20th century celebration of the state's enduring impact on American identity, highlighting the idea that coins are not merely monetary instruments but portable pieces of national memory, art, and culture that continue to teach, inspire, and engage people more than 2 decades after their release.